Now we'll discuss about oxidative phosphorylation. So oxidative phosphorylation is the fourth step in the whole process of aerobic respiration. So first we have talked about glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and then electron transport chain, and lastly we will learn about oxidative phosphorylation. So oxidative phosphorylation occurs in the mitochondria, and in the mitochondria it occurs in the F0 F1 particles. F0 F1 particles. These are present in the mitochondria. So if we have to draw the membranes of the mitochondria, here these are the foldings, these are the cristae, foldings in the mitochondria, like this, and this is the folding, and we have another membrane. This is the inner membrane. Like this. So if we want to label this one, this is the outer compartment, outer membrane of the mitochondria. This one is the inner membrane, and this one, so this one is cristae, foldings in the mitochondria. So this is the rough diagram of the mitochondria. Now let's talk about what exactly happens in the process of oxidative phosphorylation. So here what happens is the protons, so this is the matrix, the cytoplasm, the fluid which is present in the cell. So the protons, the pair of protons get pumped inside, so they get pumped in the outer membrane of the mitochondria from the matrix. So like this, pair of protons. So protons get pumped in the outer membrane, like this. So the outer membrane is now full of protons, positive charge. These are the protons which are present in the outer membrane. Now these protons, they release energy. So they release energy, that's why we are drawing it in a wavy line like this. Now here, somewhat here, there are some particles which are present called F0 F1 particles. So these ones, F0 F1 particles, these are present here. So this is F0 and this is F1. So you can draw it a little bit small. Like this. Labeling. So this is F0 and this is the F1. This middle one which attaches the F0 F1 is called the stalk. So it is called the stalk of the particle. So these protons, they release energy towards the F0 F1 particles. Now when they come to, or when they reach F1 particle, these protons, the energy which is released by protons acts as the ATPase. So it is actually the ATPase. What exactly is ATPase? ATPase is an enzyme which helps in the synthesis of ATP. So enzyme helping in the synthesis of adenosine triphosphate or ATP. Synthesis so ATPase is an enzyme which helps in the synthesis of ATP. It's helping in the synthesis of ATP. So this energy released by protons, the pair of protons 2H plus which has positive charge, when they reach the F1 particle, they act as ATPase which helps in the synthesis of ATP. Now here what happens? ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate, and an inorganic phosphate molecule, so we can label this as inorganic phosphate molecule, they combine together. ADP and phosphate molecule in the F1 particle, they combine together and they give rise to ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. So now it has two phosphates. So ADP plus P is ATP. This is how ATP is synthesized in case of oxidative phosphorylation. So this process occurs in the F0 F1 particles in the mitochondria itself. And what exactly happens? The protons, they get pumped in the outer membrane of the mitochondria, and then they get pumped in. So the outer membrane is full of the positive charge, and these protons, they release energy towards the F0 F1 particles. So F0 is present here, and this is called the stalk. So this is called the stalk of the particle, which actually helps in connecting F0 F1 particles. And then when the energy, or when the protons, they reach F1 particle, there is an enzyme called ATPase which help in the synthesis of ATP. Here in the F1 particle, ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate, and an inorganic phosphate molecule, they combine together to form adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP. This is how ATP is synthesized in the process of oxidative phosphorylation, which occurs in F0 F1 particles. So in this video we discussed about the last process of aerobic respiration, that is oxidative phosphorylation.